Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD, and as you can see, we closed at 256.12. Resistance as of right now is around the 256.59, and we can mark this level of support here. Why? Because price kind of like was in this area here. So we're going to say on a micro level, support is around the 258.76. However, if you want to look at just, a different zone, 258.07. So where are the trouble places? Let's say that for AMD as of now. Resistance, again, 259.59. Should we break that? Possibly have trouble again. 260.45. Y'all see that is the ATR trailing stop and a level that we have marked here. I'd just love to see that. Breaking that brings us back to 261.05. Should we break that 261.05? We could possibly have trouble again. 261.77. Breaking that 262.30. And should we break that for AMD today, possibly 263.62. Those are possible areas of resistance. Breaking that 263.62 area, we can possibly have trouble. 264.80, breaking the 264.80, possibly 265.77, breaking that 265.77 for AMD. We could very well continue making new highs. Let's say that, right? So back to the downside, say we break under this level here of 258.76. If we should break that level, we could possibly have trouble again. 258.07. If we break that 258.07 area, we could possibly find support 257.61. And should we break that for AMD today, possibly 257.19. Breaking that brings us back to around this 256.23. Keep in mind, something held us up or stopped us at this area of 256.70. So I'm going to go back to that 257.19, 256.70, 256.23. Breaking that level 255.55. Now, if we should break that 255.55 for AMD today, we could possibly have trouble 254.80, and breaking that 254.80, 253.94, and breaking that 253.94. Y'all see we could very well come back and retest this area, 253.41. So if you're trading AMD today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, not financial advice. So we are now looking at Meta. We closed at 648.35, and yes, 648.35. I got to get it together today, right? So support is around the 654.04. Resistance possibly 657.64. Back to the upside, 659.07 could be a rejection area. Y'all see that ATR trailing stop again is here at a level we have marked 659.89. Should we break that for Meta today, we could possibly have trouble 662.82, and breaking that level possibly 665.79, 667.38, 669.41, breaking that 669.41, 671.64, 673.45, and breaking that level today 675.90, and again here at 677.96. Those are possible areas of resistance for Meta today. Now to the downside, let's say we break under the 654.04. we could very well come back to around the 651.55. Breaking that, I'm going to mark this. Why? Because price kind of here 650.02, and should we break that 648.31, 646.99, 645.83, 644.99, and 643.31. Those are possible areas of support for Meta. Keep in mind, I look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale. Why? Because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are. Again, not financial advice, right? So we are now looking at NVDA. We closed at 202.49. As of now, let's say support is around this area here of 205.38, resistance around the 206.87, back to the upside 207.37 could be a rejection area for us, and something stopped us here at that 207.97 area. Should we break that, the next level 209.16, breaking that 209.16 for NVIDIA today, possibly have trouble again around the 210.91. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area here or here, right? So if you're trading NVIDIA today, that I would watch those areas. Again, let me rephrase that, not financial advice. Those are possible areas of resistance. Now, breaking that 210.91, we could possibly have trouble 212.04. And if we break that 212.04 for NVIDIA today, again, we could very well continue making new highs. So let's look to the downside. Let's say we break under this level of 205.38, again back here at 204.38, breaking that level for NVIDIA 203.49. Should we break that, I'm going to mark this again here, because why? Something held us up or stopped us right there at the 202.40, and as you can see, we're kind of close to that 200 EMA, breaking that level 201.95. So this could be a strong area of support for NVIDIA. Again, not financial advice. Breaking that for NVIDIA today, very well come back to the 199.95. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area here for NVIDIA. So breaking that 199.95, the next level I have is around the 198.03. And keep in mind, again, we could very well get stopped out in this area here. So if you are trading NVIDIA today, breaking under that 198.03, the next level I have is around, let's say, the 195.95. Those are possible areas of resistance. Again, not financial advice. I said often, y'all, mark your levels, and once it goes against your why or your reason for getting in the trade, get out. Live to trade another day, right? So we are now looking at the SPY. We closed at 682.06, and as you can see, let's see, support was here around the 683.75. There's a few layers of support here. So back to the upside, we will need to get back above the 684.27. Breaking that, we need to get back above 684.88. Possibly have trouble again, 685.21. Something stopped us there in this area, right? So should we break that, we could possibly have trouble again, 686.08. Again at 686.51. 687.23, breaking the 687.23 for SPY today, 688.15, and should we break that, 689.12. Those are possible areas of resistance. Now breaking that 689.12 for the SPY, or 689.02, let me rephrase that. Should we break that, 689.45, and if we break that 689.45 for the SPY today, we could very well continue making new highs for the SPY. Now back to the downside, let's say we lose all of this support here at this, let's say the 683.75. There's the 200 EMA, a line that we have marked, the 50 EMA, and the 20 EMA. So there's a lot going on in this area here. So the low of this candle as of now is at the 683.51. So let's say we break back under the 683.51, we could very well come back to the 682.96, and breaking that for the SPY today around the 682.48. Should we break that, 682.12, that is an area here right at the ATR trail and stop. So breaking that brings us back to the 681.35, and breaking that for the SPY today, we could very well come back to 679.95, breaking that level 678.47, and should we break that, 678 could be a support area for us. Breaking that 678, we could very well come back to the 676.68. And breaking that 676.68, we can come back to a 675.65. The SPY has a gap, a few gaps that need to be filled to the downside. That's not saying it's going to happen today. Let me say that. So if you're trading the SPY today, I say it often, y'all, mark your levels. Make sure you have a reason before entering the trade. And once it goes against your why, get out. Live to trade another day, right? So we are looking at Tesla. And I say it so often, y'all. Tesla does what Tesla does, right? So we closed at 456.56. As of now, we were having trouble at that 459.90. We got rejected traded there only to come back and find support around that 455.02. Y'all see that is the 50 EMA and a level that we had marked here. We knew we could possibly have trouble in that area. So let's look back to the upside. We will need to get back above this level, 456.01, possibly have trouble again, 456.58, breaking that level for Tesla, possibly have trouble again, 457.97, breaking that 459.07, again here at 459.86. Should we break that 459.86 for Tesla today? Possibly have trouble 461.13, breaking that 462.14, 463.45. Those are possible areas of resistance. Breaking that 463.45, possibly 465.20 could be a rejection area for us. And should we break that, 467 is the next level that I have marked. Breaking that 467, we could possibly have trouble again around the 469.82. Y'all see there's a few layers of resistance here at the 471.06 up to the 472.11. So if you're trading Tesla today, those are possible areas of resistance. Now let's look back to the downside. Areas of support, 455.02. That is where our, again, 50 EMA is and the level that we have marked. So should we break that, we could possibly have trouble again, 454.30, again at this 453.49, which was the 5 EMA on the daily chart, but that ATR trailing stop is at the 453.69. So that could be a strong area of support for Tesla. Again, not financial advice. However, breaking that 452.65, you all see that 200 EMA is right there at the 452.44 and a level here of 452.08 and again here at 451.61. So let's say from 452.65 down to the 451.60, this could be a strong area of support for Tesla. Again, not financial advice. Breaking this area 451.60, we could very well come back to the 450.05, 449.31, 448.87, 448.29, 447.29, and breaking that 446.30, breaking that 446.30, 445.84. Should we break that level, 445.02, and breaking that 444.35. Breaking that for Tesla today brings us back to around the 443.78, which is this area here. I say it often in this market, anything is possible, right? So this is what I see when I look at the market, y'all. I say it so often. There's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging at times is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan, making sure that you have a plan before entering the trade. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. Again, if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.